Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick. As you guys can see, I'm by myself. Justin went to Ohio to visit some family and take a little vacation, so I'm here by myself. The quality of this video may be not like the other ones. I'm filming this on my iPhone because Justin took the camera um, to vlog his vacation. So going into a little story of how I got into tech, how I got to the company I'm at. I went to school at the Ohio State University, yes, and I studied computer science. OSU has a huge engineering career fair every fall where tons of companies come out to recruit students. It's a 2-day event in our student union, so you can imagine OSU's a big school and our student union's pretty big, and we take the career fair takes up majority, if not all, of the conference rooms and the halls. So of course the big companies come out, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Google. Apple stopped coming a few years ago. I don't know why. But among tons of other companies, smaller companies as well. But yeah, so I went to those career fairs every year and stood in lines, of course, for the big companies. Those lines got so long that I would stand in line for an hour and a half just to talk to a recruiter for 30 seconds at a big company. But it's what we did to get our resume in the hands of actual people, not just apply online. So I was extremely fortunate that my school supplied that. I sometimes got some like on-campus interviews from those companies, but and then sometimes to the final interviews, but none of them turned out into an offer until my 4th year. I went to college for 5 years until my 4th year when I got an offer for an internship for Target. So I did my internship. It was a great experience. I loved working at Target. It was in Minneapolis. And at the end of the internship, they extended me a full-time offer after I graduated. When the next fall came of my senior year, I had the full-time offer from Target, but it's nothing against Target. I just felt I wanted more. I wanted to try for more, and I couldn't be satisfied in myself if I just went with the first thing I got. So I continued to interview. This was my senior year, ended up being like the more active interview season I had in my 5 years at school. After I went to the career fair of my senior year, I got a few emails back about continuing on to like phone interviews. The first company I heard back from was Airbnb. I did 2 phone interviews with them, and then I got invited to their on-site. And on my way to the on-site, weird things just kept happening. And like I was stuck on a flight on the runway for 4 hours. I was late to the interview because I misread the email wrong. It didn't feel right, and my dad was like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't work there. But yeah, I didn't end up getting the offer, so I guess that worked out. But around the same time, I did the phone interviews for Facebook. And then I got invited to on-site for Facebook. I went to their campus in Palo Alto. It was so beautiful. Yeah, their campus is amazing. And around the same time that I was at Facebook, the day I was doing the Facebook Finder interviews, there was 4 interviews, was my deadline to accept the Target full offer. So I told Facebook that I kind of needed an answer that day whether or not I was going to get the job, and I ended up not. So then I accepted Target's full-time offer. This was around November-ish. Once I got back to Ohio, I got an email from a YouTube recruiter that she had emailed my old email that Google wanted to do a phone interview. And thank goodness she found my school email that I check and not my old, the kid Gmails we make. Well, I guess I accidentally applied to a position using that email. Yeah, so she contacted me through my school email, and of course I jumped at the opportunity. I did a phone interview, and then I passed that, went to another phone interview, and I did this phone interview while I was on Christmas vacation at my parents'. So I like secluded myself in their office and just tried to get everybody as quiet as possible. I did this, and it was like a Friday afternoon, and a couple hours later I got an email from her that I passed that phone interview and that they wanted to invite me to on-site. so I was really excited. I ended up going to on-site about in February. I did my phone interviews, completed those in December, and I went to on-site in about early February, and I did 4 interviews at the YouTube campus in San Bruno. I met some great people there. I met my recruiter there as well. Great candidates, and it was really nice. So I'd say about a week or 2 later, I get a call from my recruiter, and she was like, well, we have good news and we have bad news. The bad news is that I didn't get the full-time software engineer at YouTube position that I wanted, but I was being considered for something called the engineering residency program. And what that is a 1-year program inside Google, where it's like a rotational program. There's 8 weeks of training and then 2 20-week rotations. But there was no guarantee of a job after that 1 year. So I still had the Target offer. I had accepted it, but I just wanted to finish out the Google interviews. So I did 2 additional interviews to determine whether or not I would get the engineering residency position. And then about a week later, I was out, and me and my son, he's 4 now, we were out just getting lunch one day after I had class, and then I was getting a call from my recruiter. I'm like, I looked at the caller ID. I'm like, I know exactly who it is. This is whether or not I'm gonna work for Google or not for a year. And so I didn't answer it. I didn't answer it. I didn't want to be rejected in public. So I went home and I called her back and like braced myself just for like the no. And she answered the phone. She was like, well, pack your bags, you're moving to Seattle because you got the job. So I was like shaking, pacing, and everything. I was so excited. Then came the choice of whether or not I wanted to risk the full-time offer from Target for only this possible 1-year opportunity at Google. Ultimately decided to choose Google because it's a rare opportunity that someone in general gets an offer from Google, but especially someone that looks like me. And I took it. So now here I am, a year later. I now have a full-time position at Google. I am so blessed. So that is my story. If you want to see more tech videos or more sit-down talky videos from either Justin or I, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya. She gon' be the one.